We are just a few months away from San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, one of Funko's big conventions they do exclusives for. But during that weekend, Funko also holds an event called Funko Fundays, which is a huge event that they have held for so many years where they show off some previews of some future releases alongside giving away some very limited exclusive items, mostly Freddy Funko as some sort of character. And at the last convention of C2E2, Funko actually announced the whole theme for this upcoming year's Funko Fun Days. So I'm DK Wrestler, and on today's video, I thought for the first time on this channel's history that we would actually predict the exclusives for this year's Funko Fun Days / the Box of Fun. So let's get right to it. So all we know at this particular time about this year's Fun Days is basically the theme and of course the mascots that are involved with the boxes. So this year's theme for Funko Fun Days is called Freddy's Fantastic Voyage, which basically gives off some sort of pirate theme for this event. And they did show off at that C2E2 panel of the different pops for the mascots, which we have Blacklight Buccaneers, Crown Krakens, Pop Bucklers, and Proto Pirates, which I think the pops for the most part for the mascots are pretty cool. And they also showed off what the boxes are going to look like for both the Funko Fun Days in-person event in San Diego and of course the DTC or direct-to-consumer box of fun that you'll be able to get when you order it off of the Funko shop online. So I have 10 different items that I'm going to be predicting for this box of fun, which will be based off of the 3 different mascots that Funko has, which of course are Freddy Funko himself, Proto the dog, and of course Funko's newest mascot, Freddy's twin sister, Franny, which I'm going to kick off with Proto the dog, in which the first item I have is a soda for Proto, and that is Proto the dog as a pirate. I think this makes sense for one big reason, and that is involving with the theme of this year's Fun Days. Last year's Funko Fun Days with the Camp Fun Days, we did get a Funko soda figure of Proto with the camp leader outfit, so I'm basically basing it off of that idea where it's Proto as basically a pirate, maybe wearing like an eye patch. But now moving over to the pops that I think could happen, first being Proto the dog as Blue from Blue's Clues. Of course, when you look at Freddy Funkos, it's based off of male characters, and then lately with Franny, we're most likely getting female characters. But for Proto, I feel like you gotta do some sort of different animal realistically for his theme, and I think Blue is perfect, especially because we have gotten multiple versions of Blue for Blue's Clues, and then getting that New York Comic-Con exclusive Steve. And of course, all they would really have to do is kind of switch up the colorway for Proto the dog to make it look like Blue from Blue's Clues, and I think this would be a pretty neat exclusive. And then the last pop that I have for Proto specifically is Proto as Slinky the dog for Toy Story. Now I feel like this would be one that I would have to easily cop for my collection because of course I am a huge Toy Story fan and collect the majority of the Toy Story pops. And I think they can make this pop really unique compared to that Slinky dog pop that they made, especially maybe even having the sideways box so that they can actually do the whole stretch as you see with Slinky the dog. Now moving on to Freddy Funko, and I'm going to kick off with the Funko soda I have, and that is Freddy Funko as Anakin Skywalker. Now I kind of based this off of the fact that I believe, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, that we did get a Freddy Funko as Darth Vader soda for the box of fun. And so I think an easy transition would be just to do Anakin Skywalker. Now, whether it's maybe Anakin Skywalker from like, let's say the prequels or the Clone Wars is to be determined. I could see it being the Clone Wars since last year's box we did get the Anakin Skywalker Freddy Funko Pop from last year's box of fun. So now a year later we could get the soda version. The next Freddy Funko I have, which now will be a Funko Pop, is Freddy Funko as Gambit from X-Men. Now originally when trying to think of this, I wanted to go more of, let's say, the Deadpool route, considering that of course Deadpool and Wolverine is releasing around the time of San Diego Comic-Con and Funko Fun Days. However, Funko has already done Freddy Funko as Deadpool, and last year's box of fun actually had Freddy Funko as Wolverine, so unfortunately I couldn't go down the Wolverine route in that case, but I did go down the Freddy Funko as Gambit route, considering that there hasn't been a Freddy Funko Gambit pop, plus with the recent release of the X-Men 97 pops that I had released, it kind of goes alongside of that also. So you're kind of keeping up the theme of course, Wolverine with Deadpool and Wolverine Wolverine's 50th anniversary, but of course with the recent release of the X-Men 97 pops, that it's something that goes along with what Funko has been doing this past year. And then the last Freddy Funko pop that I have on this list is a pop that I feel like if any of my predictions are to come true, that I think this would be the one that happens, and that is Freddy Funko as Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I went with this prediction, and first of all is because it goes well with the whole pirate theme. Of course, Monkey D. Luffy is known for having a ship, whether it is the Going Merry or the Thousand Sunny, plus Funko pushing the whole Funko Fundays thing the whole entire year of 2024 so far, including the recent NFT drop that they did, plus the whole fact that they had to make an Instagram page dedicated to Funko anime products because of how big the fandom has become for Funko. So I feel like not only this would happen, but we could see quite a bit of anime-themed Freddy Funko or Franny Funko items, whether it's a regular 4-inch pop, or maybe they could do possibly a pop rides with either the Going Merry or Thousand Sunny of Freddy Funko as Monkey D. Luffy. But I feel like if they did the rides, that would guarantee that that would probably be an in-person item rather than being a part of the box of fun, while with the regular 4-inch pop of Monkey D. Luffy, they probably could do either in-person or the direct-to-consumer box of fun. Now moving on to the Franny Funko Pops, which has created a lot of talk because of course we got the first one during C2E2, and I'm sure we're gonna get something as turns to San Diego Comic-Con, but it's gotta be a guarantee that she's gonna be featured in some sort of way as turns to the box of fun. And the first Franny Funko I have listed is of course a pop, and it's of Franny Funko as Pam Beesly from The Office. Last year's box of fun, we did see the first ever Freddy Funko as an Office character with Freddy Funko as Dwight Schrute. And so I feel like instead of going down the route of giving another male character for Freddy Funko to do for The Office, we would introduce Franny Funko with probably the most recognizable female character from The Office, that being Pam Beesly. And I think it'd be a simplistic but unique Franny Funko as one of the first ones for the box of fun. The next pop I have predicted is a Franny Funko as Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch was one of the first characters that many people would hope that Franny Funko gets turned into, and I feel like this would be a huge reality as terms to the box of fun. Just like how I mentioned about Freddy Funko as Monkey D. Luffy, if any Franny Funko on my list were to come true, I feel like Franny Funko as Scarlet Witch would be the most likely one to actually come true as terms to this box of fun. The next pop I have for Franny Funko herself is Franny Funko as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Of course, going to the theme of things that Funko have been doing this past year, Funko has released a 85th anniversary set of The Wizard of Oz, and we've seen lots of pops like Dorothy, the Wicked Witch, the Winged Monkey, a new Scarecrow, lots of different pops. And of course, as you may see throughout this video, I have been using concepts from, I believe the account is Funko Fun Concepts or something like, I can't exactly remember the name off the top of my head, but a really awesome page that has been doing some really unique Freddy Funko and Franny Funko concepts are where I'm using these photos from. And so I feel like because they've been pumping a lot of Wizard of Oz pops, that it's no doubt that I feel like they would use Franny Funko as Dorothy as one of those pops to kind of bring more hype as terms to their Wizard of Oz set. And I'm pretty sure, just like the photo that I was looking at for the Franny Funko as Dorothy concept, that it would also include Toto, also just like the normal pop that it would be based off of. And the last pop that I have listed for Franny Funko is what I like to call Franny Two Belts, aka Franny Funko as Becky Lynch. This is one that I feel like a lot of people did not mention as a possible Franny Funko pop, and I think especially because last year we did get the Freddy Funko as Stone Cold Steve Austin pop, that there could be the possibility of a Franny Funko WWE related pop, and I think the most likely WWE female superstar that Franny Funko would be first is of course the man Becky Lynch. And I think the easy way to do it is using the mold of the TargetCon exclusive Becky Two Belts, where she is holding the SmackDown and Raw women's title belts, and you can even make a unique design where it may not even be the WWE logo on in the title, it could be the Freddy or Franny Funko crown that is on the championship belts, but still keeping the red and the blue. And I think this would be one that I would definitely get if I were to ever get a Franny Funko Pop, considering, of course, I am DK wrestler after all. I'm a fan of WWE and a professional wrestler outside of making these YouTube videos. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. And if you enjoyed today's video of me predicting the contents for this year's Box of Fun, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below on what pops or sodas you think will happen as terms to the Box of Fun this year. And I hope to see you guys on the next video on the channel. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.